Oi everyone, and welcome to another video. So in this one we're going to be asking the question, how do I become the perfect parent? Now it can be a real challenge being a parent in this modern world. There's distractions everywhere and the world is now so instantly available, which is kind of making parenting a much more difficult task than it was, let's say, 20 to 30 years ago. But let me tell you a secret. The number of parents in the world, of any race, religion, creed, colour, whatever, rounded up to the nearest whole number equals a resounding 0. Now that's right, nobody is perfect at all, and absolutely nobody is a perfect parent. So why is it some people's goals to be that perfect parent? Well, sadly, social media and other forms of media have created this undue and unnecessary pressure on parents to be perfect. Now, the image of having the perfect little family with perfect little kids who never want, need, or do anything wrong, it's plastered all over the web, but it's not real and it's not feasible. So what can you do about it? Well, let's get into the video and find out. We've got 5 tips that we're going to show you that can help you become a better parent, but not only that, a better all-rounded human being in general. And if you wait until the end, there is a simple but hot hack that will get you through any parenting journey. So stick around to find out what that is. Let's get into the first one. The first tip we're going to have for you is to communicate effectively with your children. Now, I always like to think of communication as the glue that kind of holds everything together, along with a little sprinkle of love, of course. Now, let's be frank, when things do go wrong, more often than not, it's because there was some kind of miscommunication somewhere. So how can you improve communication with your kids? Well, it's easy. Listen to them actively and respond with empathy. Children are like people too, and they have to know and feel like they're able to have a voice. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to do everything they ask, but at least listen to what they are asking. Now, if what they're trying to ask for is going to be a big fat resounding no, then explain to them why so they have some kind of context. Another tip is to make sure you use age appropriate language and keep things simple. Try not to be negative and criticize, as this can make kids feel like they don't want to communicate in the future. Now, for any way of saying something negatively, there's always a way that you can turn it around and make it more positive. Now, the second tip is to set boundaries for your children and stick to them. Now, children thrive on routine and consistency, so having clear rules and expectations will help them feel secure and develop self-discipline. Now, I try to think of boundaries as a protective bubble around my children. They're there for a reason, more often than not to keep our kids safe and also to breed good habits. But kids being kids, they love to poke and prod that bubble. Boundaries will be tested often, and it's your job as a parent to remind your children of the boundaries and why they're there in the first place. How about next time a boundary is tested, instead of just telling your kids what to do or what not to do, ask them a question or two instead. For example, instead of "don't ride that scooter without wearing your helmet," you could use something like "what are you supposed to be wearing if you ride your scooter?" and then ask, "why do you think mummy and daddy ask you to wear the helmet?" You know, this gives the kids context and it makes them think about what they should be doing instead of just obeying an order. Now, give it a try next time and see how it feels. The third tip is to lead by example, guys. Children learn by observing their parents. So if you want your children to be honest, respectful, and kind, you need to model those behaviors yourself. Now, in the future, we'll be doing another video on how to raise kind, caring, and empathetic children. So do hit that subscribe button if you want to be notified when that comes out. But generally speaking, this tip is simple. Try to avoid shouting at your children, or at anyone for that matter. If your kids see you shouting, they think it's normal and acceptable, and they're going to do it themselves. Children are all seeing, all hearing sponges. Even when you think they're not absorbing something, they most definitely are. So let's move on to the next one. The fourth tip is to foster independence in your children, and this means giving them age-appropriate responsibilities and allowing them to make decisions for themselves. It helps them develop a sense of self-esteem and confidence. It also gives them an understanding of what it takes to be responsible. Now, if your kids don't like this, try to turn it into a game. I love getting my little ones to help me load and unload the dishwasher and washing machine. Now, if the washing machine is being unloaded with my kids, we throw the clothes into the tumble dryer and we get points if it goes in all the way. Now, this has taught my kids that doing tasks can be fun, and hopefully it's something that will stick with them as the years go by. Now, another thing you can do is encourage your kids to dress themselves. Hey, even let them choose what they want to wear once in a while. Now, independence is something that kids need to learn, as it's a big scary world out there and you won't always be able to be there doing all the things for them. Give it a try. Let me know what independent things your kids do in the comment section below, and I will be sure to reply to every single one. Now, the fifth and final tip is to show affection to your children. Now, it sounds simple, but physical touch like hugs, kisses, verbal expressions of love, saying like "I love you," can go a long way in making your children feel secure and loved. And this tip brings me on to that hot hack that I spoke to you about earlier. Now, if you've made it this far, you're awesome, and I want to thank you for sticking with me. Let me know you're here by commenting "I love my kids" below, and I will respond without fail. So this hack is simple and you already have it. You can't be perfect. No one is. This means that you don't have to parent perfectly. All you have to do is parent with love. Now, this is the secret sauce in any family. Show your kids that you love them. Tell your kids you love them. Be there for them when they need you, even when you're exhausted and you're just running on fumes. Trust me when I'm telling you that what I call perfectly imperfect parenting is done by simply doing what you can to be better, and doing that with all the love in the world. Your kids will thank you for it forever. Believe me. And that's it. Those were our 5 top tips to becoming a better parent. Not a perfect parent, but remember, parenting is a journey and there's no such thing as being a perfect parent. But by implementing these tips and others, you can improve your skills and build strong relationships with your children. Now, thanks for watching, and if you have liked this video, please do let us know by tapping that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get notified when more content like this comes to pass, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!